pounds, 1 gallon a day. You doing that?
No, I just drink a lot of water. I don't even count it really.
No, I'm
Mm-mm.
jealous. All right, y'all. So okay, so we're live on Facebook and YouTube. So you can go to the Facebook page and share it out to your Facebook page as well. Welcome to my digital family on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We are in another episode of Diary of the Impacted with our amazing guest for this week, the phenomenal serial entrepreneur, hustler of all things, Knifie Burks. Knifie is a recently relocated realtor who moved from Chicago down to Tampa. Is it Tampa or Tampa Bay, Florida? Um, and not only is she a realtor, but she is also a phenomenal social media manager and strategist. And so she's built her business, expanding her network base in the real estate industry. And so she found what I love is that she was able to solve a problem within a problem. So she found that realtors knew how to sell houses, but they didn't know how to market their real estate business. And so her passion and her love for social media and just wanting to engage and bring people in, she was able to marry those two together so seamlessly. And I love the way she markets. I'm constantly a student of hers, and we're going to be sharing with you later on how you can actually access both her free community, and then also I'm going to be sharing with you how to get some of her mastermind social media marketing graphics and templates and stuff like that. So make sure you all stay tuned to the end so we can get you some of those goodies. All right, Knifie.
Hey.
How you doing, Boo?
Good. How you doing?
Did I introduce you well?
You did, and I hope everybody's ready for this episode because we've been friends since what 7 years now, or probably more than that. So we might say some things that shock you, but you're gonna learn a lot.
I mean, it's just gonna be. I mean, it's just two bosses talking.
Right.
It's just two bosses talking. I wanted to. The reason why I want to create Diary of the Impacted is because I'm just so sick of a lot of these gurus and these experts. Hey Adrian, hey y'all. You know, I'm really so sick of these gurus trying to make it look like entrepreneurship is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I tell you it's easy to operate in your gift, right? Like that's a word for somebody. It's easy to operate in your gift, but when you pair the business factor to it and business administration and business systems and logistics and selling and marketing, and when you pair that with your gift, it is not for the weak nor the weary. And I hate when it leaves a distaste in my mouth when I see people trying to make it seem like that they just woke up like this, that they didn't have any mistakes, failures, or anything along the way, like they on their 10th business. You know, they almost filed for bankruptcy trying to make stuff work and pop. And so that was why I wanted to do a Diary of the Impact, because everyone that's in my circle, we are like 100% authentic. Like we wear our heart on our sleeve, but we're not ashamed nor embarrassed to say, look, it took me a minute to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to, 6 figures, or I didn't get to like making money in my sleep overnight. This took some tears. There's a lot of sweat equity that went into building a business. And so I love the opportunity. I have besties all around the world. So let me see, Georgia. I think I was in Miami, Florida for our last week guest. Now we're up a little bit in Tampa, Florida with this week guest. So we're not local. We like nationwide with this thing. So I know I introduced you and share it with everyone and share with the viewers like who you are and what you do. Talk a little bit about how did you get into the real estate business and what's been keeping you there with such a fluctuating market?
Well, I started selling real estate in 2001. I've actually been in real estate since 1998. I started because I needed a job. I was having a conversation with a friend, and this friend said, my friend, which he was doing contractor work for, he said, my friend is hiring for real estate. Are we hearing that? I'm hearing an echo.
We're doing an echo?
I am on my end. I'm going to turn down my computer. So hopefully that echo goes. It's an echo on my end.
Okay, because I can hear you through the StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he was saying that my friend is hiring. She's a real estate broker. She's super busy. And I was thinking around that time, I was addicted to looking at homes and going to estate sales just to see how a house looks like. That would be love. That would be amazing to work for a real estate broker. I worked for her for about maybe 2 or 3 years. She got even more busy, so she asked me to get my license so I can open house for her. I did that, and I never turned back. I've since 1998, I've been in the real estate business. So,
1998?
Yeah, I started with her in 1998, got licensed in 2001. Yep.
So, did you find a passion in selling? Because it seems like passion didn't drive you to real estate. What's been keeping you in real estate?
So what's been keeping me in real estate is I'm actually, like I said, I'm a person that loves looking at homes. I love I was a person that woke up, watched HGTV. If any of you know what that is, HGTV. I came home from work watching HGTV. So for me, my love for actually seeing real estate is keeping me in there. Right now, I've been kind of out of the real estate space for a year, but that addiction to real estate has drawn me back. But in between, I saw the places where I was able to bless people with investment properties. I was able to bless people with their first home. I was able to bless people with upgrading and buying homes for their kids. So that's another drive that's keeping me in real estate, because I have so many friends, family members, everyone that's coming to me, they're coming to me for a need. And if they're going to a place or to a realtor where they're not connected with, that experience is going to be horrible. So I love working with people. I love seeing homes. That's really what's keeping me in the real estate industry. And plus that little addiction that I have to real estate is keeping me there. So yeah, I keep saying, Knifie, you need to retire. You've been in real estate over 20 years now. So just let it go. But then when I say that, a couple of months later, I'm ready to go back. I'm ready. It's like you can't leave.
So in that, talk to us a little bit about, I know I kind of shared a little bit like how the social media piece came into it. What has been some of the feedback from your real estate or realtor, am I using the term correctly? Like real estate colleagues or realtor colleagues? What's been the feedback with you kind of transitioning or adding another layer to real estate solutions for realtors using that social media
piece
and strategy component?
Mm-hmm. Well, I started doing social media in 2015 because I saw a need to help realtors in the beginning, because realtors didn't know how to market on social media. I saw realtors just post house for sale, open house, open house, open house. They didn't know how to build relationships. They didn't know how to get engagement. Their posts just vanished basically because nobody clicked, nobody liked them, nobody did anything. So in 2015, when I started to help realtors, but then that expanded to everyone else because other entrepreneurs began asking me, Knifie, what are you doing to get 50 to 100 people commenting on your posts when other realtors and other entrepreneurs, they're not getting 1 or 2 likes? Their mom is liking their posts. That's it.
Yeah. I remember, and I'm not even, into real estate, but I remember reaching out to you. I think I text you or inbox you. I said, girl, how are you getting so much doggone engagement on your post? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, like you are a beast. Like,
yeah,
it just comes naturally for you. Talk a little bit about that.
It's all in the copy. It's like I basically study. I think it's probably the OCD in me. I have to figure out what works to get me to the next step. So
Mhm.
I know, for example, when I create a post, if I just put a post out there saying open house, open house, join me at this open house on Saturday, it's not going to get any engagement because everybody might not want to go to an open house. People might already own a house.
Mhm.
So if you add a statement on there, something like a impact statement or a question at the very beginning, just asking them, what do you think about this kitchen? That's the first question. And then most people are going to answer, even though they don't want to go to that open house, they're going to answer that question in the comments. And that's going to boost me up in the algorithm and keep me going either on Instagram or Facebook and get more people seeing that post
Mhm.
without Facebook ads.
Yeah,
Organically.
so
Without,
so you don't run Facebook ads.
no, I don't.
All of your attraction is 100% organic.
Organic. Yeah. Yeah. I've
That's
tried
hilarious.
Facebook ads.
Somebody needs to hear that word. Somebody in the congregation needs to hear that word. Somebody out here rubbing two nickels together because they ain't got that stimulus check yet, and they're trying to get their audience to pop. And somebody needs to hear that word.
Right. A lot of people are waiting to get that. So, okay, I'm going to throw it into Facebook ads. No, you're not going to throw it into Facebook ads. You're going to figure out how to do it organically first. Once you figure it out organically, then you can grow. Then you can add Facebook ads or pay somebody that knows how to do Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, as a serial entrepreneur, because you have other businesses as well, I know like these are like your two
main
ones, but you have other business ventures as well. And so, in that, and I know real estate takes up a lot of time. I feel like to me, I mean, social media takes up a lot of time to me. Like I can go down the rabbit hole really, really quickly. Talk about what are some of the lessons you learned from being in real estate that you said, I won't do that. I won't do that one again.
I think with back to Facebook ads, I've wasted a ton of money. I think when I was doing my taxes this year for last year, I spent a total of, I think it was like $3,200 on Facebook ads last year. Oh, total waste because I'm trying to figure it out on my own. Instead of me paying somebody $250 or $500, whatever the cost is, I went down that rabbit hole of trying to figure it out on my own, trying to become my own Facebook ads expert. That is something I would never do again. I know that I already know in my business, okay, Knifie, if you need help in a certain area to hire a VA or to hire a graphic designer or to delegate.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to Facebook ads, I don't know what that little twitch was. Even though I'm getting organic reach with the Facebook ads, I'm like, I need to be an expert on Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a total waste. This year, I'm not putting.
You bought that program like a while back. I remember you bought that program. I was like, I can't bring myself to wanting to learn another thing. I'm at capacity. Mm-hmm. I just can't learn another piece of information that I have to spend time with the learning curve. And so you said something so profound that a lot of people like to DIY every single aspect of their business. And I know for me, I was one of those people in the beginning. One, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how many moving parts came with business and entrepreneurship. I didn't know. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just Google this. I'll just YouTube that. I'll just free lead magnet this, thing. And I end up wasting more time kind of piece it all together. And then it still flops. Mm-hmm. Right. I end up wasting more time. So you said something so profound where you was like, just outsource it. What do you say to the people who don't have the money to outsource it? Like they're on their own and it's failing, and they don't have the money to outsource. Like, what do they do?
Barter, hire a friend or family to do something, say, okay, I'll cook dinner on Sunday if you come and help me do such and such. I mean, you can borrow, you can do, if you don't have the money, there's other ways to do it. Like for example, because I'm not going to say overwhelmed. I'm getting an overflow in my business right now.
Oh,
And because I'm getting that overflow, I'm positioning myself to think of family members and friends that I can bring in and help, that I can bring in and just say, for example, my daughter. I've already brought her in last week. She's helping me on the design side of things. So you don't always have to have money right now. You can't say, okay, come over on Sunday and I'll cook dinner or whatever for you because of the virus going on and stuff. But we don't want the virus. We don't want to spread Rona around. But but there are things that you can do. You can give them a gift card. Just say, I'll give you, when I get the money, I'll give you a $50 gift card. When I was selling my home, and I'm going to put this out there. When I was selling my home, I had everything tied up. I didn't have any extra money for movers or anything. I had to pay for the pod to come. I wasn't getting any money until the day my home was closing. And I had 2 real estate deals closing after that. So I just said, okay, I had a family member that had friends. I said, okay, can you do me a big favor? Come put all of my furniture in this pod. And then when my house closes, I'll give you $500 or whatever to move. For doing this. So there are family members, there's friends that you can reach out to help you right now to get that little piece that you need done. And if you have a $10 budget and you need graphics or something, go on Fiverr. Go wherever you need to go. Start doing your research to find low-cost things that will help get you to the next level that you need to be in. Yeah. Whether it's family or friend, low-cost.
Figure it out. Like that's always been my answer. So like every chance, everything is figure outable.
All right, Marie.
Oh, yep, she do say that. Like, so Socially Nina, Socially Nina got the pink background. So her thing is everything is searchable, right? Because she's like into social media, and I'm like, figure it out. Like, pick a hard. It's like it's hard being broke. Yeah, it's hard trying to learn.
Right.
It's hard trying to build. Pick a hard and figure it out.
Right. Right. And if you can't figure it out, delegate it right on to somebody else to do, because you got to grow. You can't, these corporations are not growing with just one person.
Not at all. No. So tell me this in terms of social media, what is the biggest misconception that people have about marketing online? I mean, I got my own spiel, but you're the more of a subject matter expert. What's the biggest misconception about people just throwing up content?
People think they need a ton of content and you don't. People think you need 3 to 5 to 10 pieces or more a day just so you can show up on social media. If you can do one valuable piece of content a day, that'll get you a much more engagement than you trying to figure out how I'm going to pull together 5 or 10 pieces a day.
Now, you said one piece of valuable content. Give us an example of what valuable content is.
So you can talk about something that's trending. You can talk about, just say, for example, a couple of weeks ago, Madam CJ Walker, with that Netflix show was huge.
Yes.
On Instagram. I
totally capitalized off of that, by the way.
Yeah, me too, sister. I got like 3
business lessons in that little series was.
I know. But with the one post that I did on Instagram and Facebook, all I did was put an image of Madam CJ Walker with
bothering me, y'all. I'm sorry. My ADD will not let me be great. Behind my ear. Okay, bam. Y'all gonna get this tucked behind the ear. Hey, judge your mama. I'm in Corona, okay? Sorry, we can talk like this. Like we decide to go live because we cut up, y'all. We try to be very watered down.
We really watered down right now.
In that like,
because
okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I was about to go left with that one.
I know it. That's why I pulled you back. I pulled you back real fast. I felt it in my spirit.
Felt it in your shine though, girl.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Bring it back. So when Madam CJ Walker was
Like
Netflix show was big.
What I did was
an engagement post
an engagement post. I put Madam CJ Walker's image on the. Are you hearing the echo again?
No,
I'm not. Are you hearing it? Hey, Facebook family, on YouTube family, tell me if y'all hearing the echo on this platform, because we're on 2 different platforms. So if y'all see our eyes going like this, we not sleepy or nothing. We just engaging. We just engaged on 2 different platforms. So I'm here and then I'm here. So.
Right. So
oh, you are hearing this, Shar? It's an echo. All right, let me turn the volume down on here. And let me turn the volume down. Yep. Okay, go ahead. I made an adjustment. So please tell me if y'all hear the echo. Y'all sitting there hearing the echo. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Really? Y'all know this recorded. Don't have me out here looking crazy.
Right.
I talk to my people like that. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's all it was. Okay, go ahead.
But so I just did the image of. It's still going loud. What is going on?
What is going on?
But if I turn it all the way down, they're not gonna hear me on Facebook.
So we might have Instagram. Come over to our ImpactHER page, our business page. So go into the search box and just type in impact to increase, and we're gonna be live there because we're streaming and commenting and engaging over here. Okay, so Instagram family, come on over. Come on over. Come in the room, because we're going to end here, and we're going to go to It's Okay on Gram. Keep talking. Oh, I know why you saying that, sis, because she don't have Facebook.
Oh, wow.
I know. But they can't hear, and it's an echo, and it's a bigger audience over here. You know, it's all about the numbers. I know. I'm sorry, sis. Okay. Come on over to Facebook, Impact to Increase. Type it in the search box, and we're going to be over there. Okay, I'm going to end this one, Knifie. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Sorry to those people. Okay.
All right. Can you hear me clear?
Yep.
All right. So what I did with that post was just put an image of Madam CJ Walker. And in that image, or above that image, I just did a quote that I was actually reading in a book. I put that quote over her image, and then I asked a question in the caption, and it brought a ton of engagement. It brought a ton of messages. It brought a ton of people asking me in my DMs, what am I doing to get this engagement? What am I doing to get these views? So it's when you talk about something that's trending, or even if you're not talking about, I wasn't even talking about Madam CJ Walker. I just put the image on there. Mm-hmm. If you're talking about something that's trending, if you talk about give a tip on something that that your audience needs to know, if you're the go-to person to find out about COVID-19 in your niche, whatever it is, just make sure it's something that's impactful, that's making people engage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
I love that. So when it comes to, we're talking a lot about like Knifie the professional, Knifie the entrepreneur, but you're also a mom. I know that for a fact. You are a mom, and you are like a real human mom.
You said a human mom.
I mean, you know, some people who have animals, they like for real think that they parents in real life. So I have to respect that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now you've been in real estate since '98, and given the age of your daughter, she's seen a lot of the entrepreneur mom. Talk about how is it raising a kid when you're in the midst of trying to figure this thing out?
Girl, you just okay. I started twitching from the flashbacks, but when I started in real estate, I started working in that real estate office when my daughter was about 10 months old. So, um, when as she got older and I already had my license, when I had clients that I knew, clients that were friends or clients that were family, I would bring her along on those showings and be like, here's my little assistant, or like whatever, have her with me holding things and playing with the kids and different things like that. But she totally grew up in the business with me when my daughter was in tumbling, trampoline, cheerleading, ballet, tap. She was in everything, all rolled in one. And my schedule was totally packed. When I'm sitting up in the stands for her tumbling practice, for her practices, I had my laptop responding to clients. When tumbling practice was over, it wasn't no hanging out with friends or your homies after time to go.
Right.
Time to go. And she would always be like, Mom, why do we have to be on time for everything? Like,
why we gotta be on time for everything, Lord?
Because she wanted to hang out a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Out a little bit more, but I'm like, no, I have to go show houses in 30 minutes. So I had to drop you off at grandma's and get over to Westchester, wherever I was going in 30 minutes. So we were always having to be on time. So I think that taught her structure.
Yeah.
That taught her, like right now.
Prioritizing.
Yeah. So like right now, each morning, both of us get up and do our to-do list. She does hers in her planner. I do mine on Asana. We always make sure we are have it on our to-do list. And last night, because we haven't been out the house in a while, so I asked her, I said, have you started your car in 3 weeks? She was like, oh no, I'm going to put that on my to-do list in the morning.
Not to start the car. You know, these newer cars don't have that carburetor choke on there, so we ain't got to go out there starting the car, sis. Well, we've evolved.
We have a no, it's an older car. It's an older truck. Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna take a little thing off the carburetor, unscrew it. Oh my god. All right. So being a mom, social media, talk about one of the biggest lessons you learned while trying to take on clients into your business. So this is either real estate, social media. You know what? Give us some mistakes you made when bringing in or saying yes to clients in your business.
For social media, real estate or social media?
Yeah.
Not having the right systems in place, not being organized. A lot of times, because of how my brain works, I think of an idea and I throw it out there. And when I throw it out there and I start getting clients, I don't have the systems in place to onboard clients, or it didn't. Now, but didn't. Just say if I'm adding a specific product or a specific service, just say, for example, for anyone that's watching, if you're adding a new coaching package, even though you're already coaching, if you're adding a new coaching package and you don't have a system in place to onboard people for that package, but you just throw it out there, that's going to cause stress. And that's
raggedy.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's something that
you're gonna look a hot mess.
Honestly, I did that because about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I thought, okay, Knifie, let me throw out this little test drive social media thing. I got 5 new clients that week. I already had my own clients, plus the clients from the agency that I work for. It was so much, even though it was a blessing in my bank account, in my bank account, but I was overwhelmed. By the time that 7 days was over, I didn't even push myself to ask them to continue. You know how at the end you're supposed to say, okay, if you want to continue this package or if you want to take the next step, come on over. I was like, oh my God, it's done. Like, is done, because I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't have the systems in place to onboard it. I didn't have a team to say, okay, well, I'm doing this part, you do that part. So if you are in a place where you're scaling up your business, make sure you have those levels in place before you just throw something out there, because
That's so good.
it's going to be overwhelmed. It's going to be straight overwhelmed.
That's so good. And it's so funny because I was going to ask you 2 follow-up questions to that. And one of the questions was, how do you know where you need to put systems in place? And so you've already answered that. And then the second question I'm going to ask is, when do you know it's time to build a team?
When you're pulling your hair out. No, I'm just playing. You don't want to get that far.
No, I'm not playing. When you pulling your hair out and it's getting gray before your time, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because we're sitting here telling you, don't wait until you're pulling your hair out. We're telling you to put those systems in place in the first place, because if you're in a place where you're starting your business, you don't have a ton of clients right now. So you should have that extra time to put those systems in place. You should have that extra time to when you're doing each task. So here's what I did before I hired a VA a while ago. I sat down with a sheet of paper, and the entire day I wrote down everything that I did. And then on the other side, I just did like a checkbox and said, is this something that I can delegate, or is this something that I need to do? So when I was able to when I was in a place to hire my VA, I went down that list and saw everything that I can delegate. So I didn't go in hiring a VA and saying, okay, well, let me figure out what can I send to you. I'll send you a bit of this, and then a piece of this, and a piece of that. I had my list. I was able to go down that list and say, I need to delegate all of this to her right away, immediately. So when you're in a place where you're building your business, start looking at the things you're doing every day, and then just notate, I can delegate this. I can delegate this. So you'll be ready to delegate that on over to your VA. And when you start bringing in that additional income, and just figure out a percentage that you're going to use to delegate, because when you delegate, that's giving you more time to scale up your business.
You better teach these people today. You better teach these people today. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the thing is, people who look real polished and real put together, and they're able to move and pivot and have a lot of irons in the fire, that's because there are people in the background and or systems in the background that they're not telling you that they're helping them scale their business. And that's the part. I'd be like, because I reached out to people, I'm like, how are you able to do? Because we, at the end of the day, we all still only get 24 hours in a day. And if you are a mother, okay, especially of school-age children, and we all homeschooling right now, there is no way, if you don't have systems in place and or a team, a combination of both, there is absolutely no way you are pulling this off flawlessly and seamlessly by yourself.
Right. Not at all.
And shame the devil because you're lying, because you're not doing it by yourself.
Right. And you're probably definitely not scaling your business up. You basically flatlining. Yeah. I mean, how are you going? It's people out there that needs this income right now. So if you can hire, if you're in a place where you have the money coming in from your job, and you can hire a VA, just say you're paying her $10 an hour, whatever it is, $15 an hour, whatever you're paying that VA, just think of how much more business you can have coming in when you're taking $10 an hour. Just say, if you want to just pay her for 10 hours a week, $10 an hour, that's $100 a week somebody might need right now.
So I'm going to give you a more tangible, I'm going to add to what you're saying. I'm going to give another tangible example with like factual numbers. I am very perfectionist, and I've been working with the Lord on that. Again, don't judge me. But one of the areas I had to look at what took up most of my time in the back office. And one of the things, well, the only thing that took up a bulk of my time in the back office was editing videos.
Okay. I don't edit at
To
all.
say the words just brings chills because I know how to do it. I have the software to do it. I know how to use the software,
Right.
but it's time consuming. And then once you're done editing the video, and if you ever download a video and then have to upload it to another platform like YouTube or Vimeo, whatever, that is an entire waiting game. So we're talking about hours. Like, depending on how long the video is, it could be 30 minutes, an hour, and depending on how much you want to cut, splice, edit, add transitions, add voiceovers, all this stuff, we're talking about hours. So I forced myself. I talked to Pastor Hubs and he said, honey, just delegate it out. And so I looked and I found somebody inside the Impact Mind Lounge, as a matter of fact,
Nice.
who edit videos. And what took me hours, she could spit out within like 75% less of the time, because that was her lane.
Wow.
That was her lane. And so we were clear on what she was going to do, how I want the end result to be. And the thing about it is you just need to know the process.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have your hands in the actual functionality of the system. You just need to understand the process and what you want the outcome to look like. As the overseer, as the CEO of your business, you need to understand the process, how it works and what it's going to take to get there, and how the end result is supposed to look.
Mm-hmm.
And so if there's any mishaps in between, right, you know where to do the checkpoints at. And with that, with me hiring her and offsetting that time, that freed up about 15, like every 2 weeks, I freed up about 15 extra hours of my time.
Girl.
And I was able to take those 15 hours and I was able to package up VIT intensives where I work with clients for 2, 4, or 6 hour block of time at a really high ticket level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what, when Knifie say you're able to scale by delegating, that's what that means. So what I was paying, and I'm paying her, like compared to where I was able to scale and make money,
right?
What's the opportunity that you have to generate additional income?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see my hands? It's like
a huge difference.
Spend the money, outsource.
But
just know what you're gonna do at that time, though. Just know that, have a plan in place of what you're gonna do with that extra time to make some money making activity.
And here's what I did with videos. With videos, because I was a perfectionist too. With videos, I used to like send them to Fiverr to edit, or I was in a place because I was such a perfectionist. If I did a video and there was too much in there that I didn't like, I redid it. I kept redoing it. I kept redoing it. And so what I started doing when live came out, I started doing all of my videos on live. And then I thought, okay, well, this is live. I'm not editing a thing. I'm not editing. It's better done than perfect. That's what I always tell my clients. I'm putting it out there, and in my caption, I might put sometimes this was a live recorded video because you're going to hear me talking to my audience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not cutting out. I put bloopers and all. It's on YouTube. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. And even when I'm recording a video, I might have 1 or 2 mistakes, and you'll see me in my videos. I'll mix up some words or something, and I'll be like, "Oh, blooper," but it's staying in there. Okay, keep going.
Right. Because the thing is, people need to see the real side of things.
Yeah.
And we in the entrepreneur space, not us. I mean, I'm so transparent. It's almost like, Erica, okay, you might want to clean it up a little bit. You know, but so many people who try to look so polished and try to make everything so perfect, and you spend so much time trying to make something look like something that you ain't making no money. Oh, that's a word. You spending so much time on the look, you ain't even making nothing.
So they spending time on the busy work, but not the money making activities. I mean, every day when I get up each morning, I look at where I am on numbers. I mean, there was times where I didn't do this. I was struggling. I'm going to be transparent with that, where I didn't sit down and figure out, okay, I need this for this week, or I need this for this day, or this for that month. And when it was time for bills to be due, the sister didn't have it.
Right.
So I never want to ever be in that position again.
Mm-hmm.
So each morning when I get up, or each week, actually on Sundays, I say, okay, in order for me to hit my monthly goal, I need this amount this week.
Yeah.
And then I break it down by days. So if I'm selling digital products throughout the week, if I need $100 per day, I'm going to be working on those money making activities before I go and do my website, before
Right.
I go and redesign a post, before I go and talk to my cousin on the phone.
Right.
I'm going to work on those money making activities and get up and start getting that money flowing into my account. And
Now,
Mhm.
go ahead. No, I was going to say, now you said something that I hear from clients all the time. Well, I have an idea and I want to do this, but my website is not ready. My website is not done. And you literally just said you get up and you work on money making activities so you can bring in that $100 a day, even though the website isn't done. Talk to people, tell people how they're able to make an adjustment in their marketing platform so they can still drive in and bring in revenue while they're working on things on the back end.
It's all in the mindset. That adjustment comes when you're sitting there one day and the mortgage is due and you don't have the money to pay it. It's in the mindset because you put all that money into either paying a website developer or spending all of that time, which is money, on building your website. So
Guilty. Me and WordPress. I'm married to WordPress. I've literally been with WordPress as long as I got married in 2008. and I've been with WordPress since 2008. So I'm legit married to WordPress. I have sweats, blood, and tears into WordPress. I will not go to another platform.
So you cheating on Pastor Hubs, huh? WordPress.
Well, he knew what he was getting when he said I do. He knew what it was. No, but what are some other options that people can have so they can make money while they're working on getting their websites built?
So for making money, your DMs. A lot of people say I don't want to use the DMs. I don't know why. I don't understand it, but that's where all of my money has been coming from, even with real estate clients.
Listen, Saints.
Like, here's one thing that I see, and it kind of irritates the crap out of me. So I'm just going to say this.
Say it.
Okay, so when people are posting on social media is to be social.
Mm-hmm.
When you're posting something on Facebook or Instagram and Instagram wants to keep people on Facebook and Instagram. Mm-hmm. I see a lot of people saying at the end of their post, their sales pitches, email me for information. Why? Mm-hmm. Just tell these people, comment below or DM me. Mm-hmm. Because they're already on Instagram. They're already on Facebook. It's not hard for them to just DM you. If you tell them to email you, they'll say, okay, I'll do that later. And guess when later comes? Never.
Nope.
So all of my clients for real estate, all of my clients for social media have come from the DMs. Mm-hmm. On my posts, I always tell people comment below or feel free to message me for info.
Facts.
And it's showing to them that I'm open to getting messages. So I have people jumping in my inbox all the time asking about something that, like the other day, 2 days ago, I had somebody ask about a package that I posted in a group like in January. I mean, and at the end of that post, I said, feel free to message me for info. So if people are comfortable messaging you, people will jump in your inbox. That's how you can make those sales. You can make those sales through your inbox. You know, I make all of my sales through the inbox. I was about to try.
I make about 9. Well, for one of my businesses, right? So for my networking business, all of my customers come from the inbox. Every single one, every single one.
Not email.
They come from my Facebook, so they come from my Instagram, Facebook stories, and what people forget is when you leave comments on a story, it goes directly into the inbox.
Yeah.
So you just pick up the conversation there. That's a 100% inbox income. Right. So as we wrap up, I want you to share what is one of your biggest fears, or what was, if you've overcome that fear, what was one of your biggest fears as you began to maneuver and grow in entrepreneurship?
Well, there was two fears that I had. So there were two different levels of this fear. So the first fear that I've always had my entire life was I am scared to speak in front of crowds. I didn't want to do public speaking at all. I felt like if I got on the stage, I would faint. I would pass out. I literally felt like that, but I never did it. So I never tried it. So back in, I think 2011, 2012, I ended up joining Toastmasters to help me with public speaking. And Toastmasters, for those of you that don't know, Toastmasters is a public speaking club in each community across, it's nationwide. So
how much it costs this?
It's different for each community. Some started like $25 for 6 months. Some are $50 for 6 months. It just depends on what that actual club needs. But the highest I've seen was like $75 for 6 months.
The point I was making with it's a super duper low investment for the amount of return that you would get just for opening your mouth.
Right. And practicing. So when I did Toastmasters, I the first speech that I had, I always said, Knifie, you're gonna faint if you speak in front of a crowd. We only had 11 people in our club. When the day of my first speech, we had an open house. Why was there 700? I mean, it was 100 people in the audience.
Did you faint?
No, I didn't, and I was shocked. I was like, wait, I just spoke in front of 100 people for my first speech. And girl, from there, I went to VP of Marketing, VP of Public Relations, VP of Education. And then they asked me to be the president because I was doing so good in speaking. So if you're stepping out there, if you're in a place where you're scared of doing something, take that first step and do it, because you never know what's going to happen. I always told myself, you're going to faint if you speak in front of a crowd. I spoke in front of 100 people on my first speech. Wow. And then the second level of that, the second part of that fear was when everybody started going live. I was so nervous to go live. My hands would literally. I
remember that.
Girl, my hands would
like, girl, go live now. Yes, now go.
like Erica, it's my turn now. Like, no, girl. I would be sitting there like, hands wake up. And so we ended up joining a few groups that helped us, that pushed us to go live.
Yeah,
doing challenges, Perry Girls.
Yep. Oh my God. Woo, we go back.
I know we had a lot of stuff that we just dove into, and because I dove into it head first, and Erica kicked me a few times, I was like, after like maybe the first 2 weeks, I was like, girl, go live today. I did a 30-day live challenge on Periscope, and I didn't even miss that day. The day that I was going to not be able to go live, I went live and told them I couldn't do my live today because I had contractors in my house. They were making too much noise.
I think I remember that.
Huh?
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
We should do another go live challenge.
Girl, we should.
Go live and sell. Ooh, a social media live sale challenge. I don't know. Figure it out. Let's do it for May.
Okay. We should do that because I usually do them in January, but I didn't do it in January. So
every day is a great day to make money.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. One last thing before you go. Tell us your must-have business tools and systems that's keeping you rocking and rolling.
My
must-have business tools and systems.
My to-do list in Asana. If I didn't have that to-do list going, I would be in a place where I'm not getting anything done. In the morning when I get up, my first task is see where you are money wise. So
Mm-hmm.
I check my numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next step, I have things listed below that. Before I had my to-do list, I would be in a place where I'm sitting there. Okay, Knifey, what do you got to do next?
Right.
Scrolling through Facebook trying to figure out, okay, what I got to do next.
Mm-hmm.
But when I have that to-do list, I have a sign on my phone and I have a sign on my computer. I'm logged in. Okay, I'm checking things off. And most days, on my busy days, I'll have like 12 things that I have to do. They're not huge things, but on my days, I say, okay, Knifey, you need to be done by 3 o'clock because you need a break. I'll put like 4 things on it. So
Mm-hmm.
my to-do list is my go-to tool, Asana. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be making money each day.
I love that. And so as we get ready to wrap up, I want to say thank you so much, Knifey, for being open, being transparent. It's not a lot that we don't see nowadays, and just blessing us with your real estate nuggets, with your social media gems. And for those of you who want to learn more or get more information from Knifey on either side of the industry, I would strongly, strongly recommend that you join and become part of her social media lifestyle community. So she has a free community, and then she also has a community where she takes us deeper and teach us the techniques and strategy on how to create engagement posts, how to create organic content that's going to drive in traffic and sales. So just go ahead and click that link that's in the ticker, and I should actually put it in the comments as well. So you can get more of Knifey after the live goes away, or after this live comes down, and you can still stay connected. So thank you again, Knifey. I
You're
appreciate you.
welcome.
Love you so much as my sis.
Yeah.
Thank you all members for engaging. Hey Tasha, welcome. You gotta catch the replay, boo. All right, so podcast will be live tonight. You can go back and catch the replay for all of Knifey's nuggets. Knifey's nuggets. Hashtag that might be something.
Right.
All right. Next time you all be a blessing.
All right.
You too will be blessed. Go make your impact. Take care.
All right.
Thank y'all for joining.